Rob, what's going on, my
That
friend?
is awesome. I love that. I'm so inspired by all you guys, all the haunters. Such cool stuff.
Yeah, that haunt tour is crazy. I mean, Waverly Hill Sanatorium alone, like that's insane. So, but we're here to talk about you, my friend, with
Yes.
ResirWrecked Costuming.
Yeah, so I have a class and a booth, but here to talk about the class, it is, let's see, proper care of haunt costumes. I like to call it the scare and feeding of haunt costumes, because just as you guys have talked about the litigiousness, um, taking care of these costumes not only is a good investment, but it also helps keep down some of those claims potentially from your performers getting injured or getting sick. I always joke that actors will take like a bruise or a hit as a badge of courage, but nobody's going to take a case of lice as a badge of haunt courage. Like I don't think I've seen that on the little haunt badges. So one of the things I discovered whenever I entered this side of the industry was that care of these costumes is not on top of people's minds. It's kind of funny whenever you mention, oh yeah, we kind of think of HR last. It's like, no, you think of costuming last
Yeah,
almost every time.
it's funny you mentioned that because I couldn't tell you. I mean, I've been to haunts all across this country, and I couldn't tell you how many times at the end of the night it's, well, just take it home and bring it back tomorrow, or just throw them all right there and we'll take care of
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
I have seen a handful of attractions take really, really good care of their costumes, and you can tell, and it shows in the performance, it shows in the show. The actors take pride in what they're doing when they're, say wearing a resurrect costume and a CFS mask. And
Well, if you're taking care of the tools, you're taking care of your actors. They know that, um, and they also know that when you don't, and they can certainly take advantage of that if tides turn. But yeah, I too discovered it's like, oh yeah, no, we need to care for these things. So I thought, well, this is certainly something I can talk about coming from the theme park industry. I worked costuming for Halloween Horror Nights, as well as for decades with Walt Disney costuming. So, um, I try to give the reasonable tools and tricks on how to take care of these things. I mean, I realize most haunts probably aren't going to have the kind of staffing that theme parks do, but I try to approach it uh, kind of a common sense strategy, so you have something in place, so you have procedures in place to take care of these things. And my distressing classes, which I typically teach, uh, wind up turning into laundry classes invariably. So I thought, well, let's just cut to the chase. Let's talk about how we set these things up, how we care for them, a little bit of inventory, a little bit of cataloging, and then answering questions. Like I was so happy. It's like, yes, talk about how you take care of silicone masks. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm over in the little waiting room being like super excited about these things.
well, one of the things that like caught my attention was years ago I was at an attraction, and they had a full blown check in and check out process for their costuming, and they took very, very, very good care of them. And I remember asking the owner, I was like, "Well, where did all this come from?" And he told me a little bit goes a long way. So, what are some little things? I know in your class you're going to get really in depth into some stuff, but what are some of the little things, say like a home haunter or a smaller haunt, can do that, like you said, may not have the staff or the space to kind of keep their investments intact?
I think the biggest thing is being organized from the beginning. If you have just your rack of costumes, and you have I have a cloudy hand. Okay, I won't gesture. Um, and you have like the list of like, here are all the things that go with this costume, and all those things are right here, and this is where they go. So just having that organization from the beginning, so the performer, your friend, your actor can walk in and go, cool, here's all my stuff, as opposed to having bother anybody or because of course the night of the haunt, everybody's running around crazy, and you're kind of left to kind of, I guess I'll kind of figure it out. So do your best to figure it out in advance, have it organized, have it ready to go, and have it clean. Well,
but some of your tactics for taking care of your costumes and being organized and all this stuff can possibly transcend costuming as well. I mean, you could translate this into props, into masks. I mean,
yep.
pretty much anything that is signed to a character or an individual.
Sure. That check-in process, check-in, check-out, and I hate to say it, but we're kind of coming off the tail end of a big scary pandemic thing, so we should probably take some lessons away from it. I don't think it's anything to oppress us, but it's like, okay, well, we can learn how to take care. Yeah, I seem to always get some sort of haunt ick. After Halloween, it's a combination of the people, the stuff, wearing ourselves down, using so much energy. So, a little extra cleanliness, can maybe help stop some of that.
A little bit goes a long way.
For sure. And again, it does show your performers that you care, you take it seriously. You took the time to organize the scare. You designed the scare, you designed the room, you designed the house, you designed the story. So don't let the costuming be an afterthought. Build the character, build the character from the scare out, and then take care of it. Because do you need this garment, this costume to last a night? Does it need to last a season and you toss it? Or is it an investment? Is it an icon that you are putting out in front of marketing, and it's an important thing? Oh God.
Now, not only are you teaching, no, this is important. Not only are you teaching a very incredible and a very important class, you are bringing a booth. Tell us what our attendees can expect when they come and see your booth at ResirWrecked.
Okay. So I got, excuse me, I got a little wiped out at Transworld. So I'm in the process of rebuilding some samples. I do have some really awesome retail goth stuff, so build characters off of. I don't know if you can scroll down. There's or maybe not. Okay. Maybe. Formerly dead.
I know he's there. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Is Doug doing that? Or you doing that? I don't know. But then
I think Chris is doing it.
Okay. I tell people I can make costumes or I can make a website. The costumes tend to go down further. Scroll down further. Okay. Well, there's a Krampus. I might bring the Krampus. It's a lovely mask from Drop Dead Design Studios. Some friends that I partner with. Yeah, no, scroll down. No, that's just a werewolf shirt. That's nothing interesting.
You gotta scroll down.
There, click on the dress. Click on the black dress. There, lovely goth stuff. I will have those goodies with me, which are very, very popular to build characters off of. I try to have some basic things that people can create characters off of, and then I do an awful lot of special orders. So, and I'm seeing lots of people over there on in the chat that I've made some things for. So I think that's cool.
So, personal question now.
Okay.
I know you've had a very long and illustrious career with all these top attractions throughout the country, and it's, I mean, your work obviously shows for itself. So I'm going to ask you, what was the most favorite costume you designed for a character? Now, it doesn't have to be a scary one. It could be anyone. I'm just curious of what was the most fun and exciting one for you.
Okay. It was a Cinderella dress. That it was basically recreate the dress from the movie, but add a 20-foot train, and you've got 2 weeks to do it over Thanksgiving to Christmas for a national television commercial.
Nice.
My team did that in 2 weeks, and it cost $17,000 for that dress.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah, if you go over to my personal portfolio, robdobrien.com, you can click on the commercial and you can see the millisecond that $17,000 dress. Trish, not only do I have things for plus people, I make things for plus people. Some of my coats go up to a 6X. So yeah, I do real people sizes.
So are you still accepting orders?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Fantastic.
I will probably be wrapping up my previous orders probably shortly right after Fear Expo, and then work into the summer.
So you're ready to work. So nobody should be afraid of nothing.
Absolutely.
You're ready to go.
I got my peeps lined up, and
so do you know when your class is?
It is Saturday at 1. So don't come to my booth at that point. Don't, because I won't be there. Come to my class. And here's the thing. I know it's not a sexy class. I know it's not, cool, get your hands gory, but I'll keep it entertaining and I'll give you some good information.
But it's important. It's protecting an investment, because
Correct.
a lot of these things aren't cheap, and
correct.
And
they're not getting cheaper.
Right, and the more miles we can get out of them, the better it is for everybody.
And I might share some fun little horror stories from the theme parks.
Nice. Do you happen to know where your booth is at?
My booth is 112.
112.
Yep.
Awesome. So we got to make sure everybody's got to get in there, fill up your class Saturday at 1, right?
Yep. Saturday at 1.
Sorry, there's 51 speakers, and it's really hard for me to keep track of all of them.
I had to make sure I had it up on my other computer screen. So, yep, there I am. Hey, if you look at the booth next to mine, it has the same description as mine. They might not want that. So that might be a little thing for little back behind the scenes stuff. But anyhow.
We'll have to fix that. There's a lot of things. We're running real fast at trying to get a lot of things done. So
yeah, I get the panic sweats every time you say 2 weeks. I'm like,
Yeah, it's 2 weeks for us too. So
yep, 2 weeks. Got it. On it.
It's coming.
Well, Rob, thank you so much for everything you do for this industry. Thank you for teaching a very, very important class for us. And
definitely
for bringing your company out here to Fear Expo to show all the great things that you have to offer. I'm really excited to have you out here, and I hope to have you out here for years and years to come. So
thanks. Totally looking forward to it.
Thank you so much, Rob.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming.